Hi everyone, I'm Spiro with Newsbud.com giving you an update for Saturday, November 5th, 2016. I'd like to start out with our Kickstarter campaign as week number 2 comes to an end. We have 3 weeks to go, that's 21 days, and currently we have 282 backers who have pledged their support for this one-of-a-kind independent media model, Newsbud. Currently, we are nearing the $27,000 mark. Our total goal for this Phase 2 campaign is $130,000. Now, that's great. That's fantastic. I want to thank each and every one of you for your support. Although, in our previous campaign, we had over 1,000 backers, and we broke the all-time Kickstarter record for journalism campaigns ever for Kickstarter. So, we need each and every one of you to step up to the plate, and contribute and pledge your support for this campaign today. Don't wait for someone else to do it. It's up to you, to the individual, each and every one of you. We're counting on you to pledge your support and back our campaign. Currently, I have Sibel Edmonds on the line with me via Skype. Sibel, how are you doing today?
Hi, Spiro. I'm in Portland. It is nice and gray and rainy here. And I call it nice. I know most people, they don't like gray, rainy climate. We are in high desert climate in Bend, Oregon. We rarely see rain. And I'm one of those rare people, weirdos, who just love gray, rainy, drizzly days. And I have a slight cold, but good to be here with you. And just like you, I just want to thank everyone, every single one of our supporters who have generously pledged towards this 100% people-funded open source media with integrity, and it's good to be with you. And let's go through some of the updates, some of the comments we have been getting. I love the fact that we put together these videos. People are going to view more videos where we feature some of our select our supporters who have been long-term Boiling Frogs posts, later evolving to Newsbud supporters by their donations, by their pledge, by their subscribers. So good to be with you.
Well, it's always good to be with you, Sibel. We have been receiving tons of comments on our channel, our YouTube channel, on our Twitter page, and this is some of the comments here. Christina from our YouTube channel, she stated, "All true and very well presented. You will never learn any of this in textbooks or corporate media." And she is, of course, referring to Kurt Nimmo's latest video. "The average American has been kept ignorant for too long. Thank you, Newsbud, for your superior journalism. You can count on my support." Thank you.
Oh, that's such a nice comment, Christina. And I have seen Christina posting comments on our other YouTube, and they have always been so encouraging and insightful. So thank you so very much for your comments. And we do love this show and other shows that we are putting forward. And one other thing I want to mention is we have been receiving so many requests, so many emails from people who are saying, these are people from the Balkans, from Russia, from Turkey, from some of the South American countries, who are saying, will you please start offering your videos with subtitles or translated articles, because we love your channels, but you have to realize you are dealing with geopolitical issues. Well, these geopolitical issues involve all of us around the globe, and it's all English, and there are so many people who want to tune in, but they are not able to because they don't speak English. We totally understand that. Especially I understand it because I have lived in different countries, and once upon a time I didn't understand English or spoke it. And that is one of our ambitious goals, not for this phase because it's going to take resources and time and energy, but it is definitely worth it because these people are absolutely accurate. I mean, let's say we are talking about Turkey coup, or if we are talking about something in Brazil, and it's kind of weird to have it only in English, and we have so many people, viewers from those countries, we should be able to offer some of our videos with subtitle included. So my short answer is yes, we're going to work on it, and hopefully by Phase 4, we're going to start those services, offering functions and options for people to click and say, give this to me in Spanish, or give this to me in Arabic, or give this to me in Russian.
The next comment comes from a longtime supporter, Robert Diggins. He says, great job. This is quality information delivered in a quality presentation. Thanks for the severely lacking perspective and integrity. Please consider pending an appeal for support for Phase 2 Kickstarter campaign. Thank you very much for the comment, Diggins. I believe that one was from Nimmo's video as well. And I had the pleasure of speaking with Robert Diggins here recently. We have been showcasing some of our supporters, and if you are interested in the chance to potentially be in one of our videos, you can send your email to newsbud1@yahoo.com. The link will be provided in the description below. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you support Newsbud.
And that was a fantastic idea, Spiro. I'm so glad you brought it up again, because I would rather some of our regular long-term readers and supporters to come and from the heart, sincerely. None of these are scripted. Many of these people we have never met. Many people would love to hear from other viewers, other readers, to tell us, to tell them, to tell everyone why Newsbud. And same thing here. Thank you very much, Robert. You have been with us since the beginning. In fact, I think you have been with me since my whistleblower journey through the blogosphere initially, when I didn't even have my blog spot. And I know Robert is a long-term 9/11 truth activist as well. And I believe every single one of our team members would be considered 9/11 truth activists. And unlike many hypocrites and jackasses out there, we are not scared. We are not afraid. We're not going to shy away from coming out and saying it, because those days were by going ahead and marginalizing us as nutcases, conspiracy theorists, are way over, because it's something to be proud of. We do insist, and we will never give up on seeking investigation and answers and covering 9/11 related issues, so many unanswered questions. And as we see every day, whether it's police state practices here in the States and around the globe, whether it's the perpetual wars, all of those have been executed using 9/11 as a pretext, as an excuse, as the reason that they synthetically, artificially created. So for all those jackasses out there, here we are. And I have to say right now, if you go under our About Us, our team members, I don't think you are going to see anyone who doesn't subscribe to the notion of there is an unanswered 9/11, a big elephant in the room, and we will never ever give up on that. So thank you, Robert.
The next comment comes from Nina Mart. This was from, I believe, our last video that we posted. It states, I am a Vietnam veteran and I finally learned how to use my smartphone to send messages. Now I have to have my daughter teach me how to send you some money, because your work is much better than the mainstream media. Thank you all.
That's the sweetest comment ever. I mean, you have no idea how I have to say how this fuels our energy to read these comments. And I have to also put a little parenthesis here and say I have a very soft spot for Vietnam. I lived in Vietnam for 1.5 years. My daughter is from Vietnam, and I consider myself partially Vietnamese. Let me put it this way. But I hope you have that taken care of. And even if you can't, just please let us know. I would love to give you our complimentary subscription, so you can post comments at our website, newsbud.com, as well. And thank you so very much for this really heartfelt and sincere comment you posted, Nina.
I'm going to fire through a couple more of these comments real quick. And Nina, thank you for your service as well and your support. This is from Suk from Philip's latest Russian newspaper monitor. Another great effort from Philip. Love his style and content. Keep up the great work, Newsbud. You've got my support. Well, thank you very much for that, Suk.
And you know what? That's one of the things everybody agrees with, Suk, and including us. See, because people are so sick and tired, nauseated of these professors who are such pompous, hubris-ridden people. You get to hear them on NPR and everything. They are stuffy and stiff, and they talk with all the gibberish and the techno-linguistic stuff, and they feel so elitist and they act as one. Usually it makes me gag listening to those people. But then here you have this incredible professor, Professor Philip Kovacevic, and a man who has lived all around the world. He has lived in all these countries that he talks about. He speaks 4 languages. Yet with Philip Kovacevic, you see this humble, down-to-earth, sincere person who knows how to connect with his viewers, but not only that, who is independent. He's not pocketed with anyone. He doesn't have ego issues. So it's one of those rare cases where I get to be I have a crush on people like that who can actually execute it this way, be so real. And that's what Dr. Kovacevic is. He's real, and it's amazing the depth of his knowledge and the humbleness that goes with it is just amazing. And also his positive attitude throughout this whole past few months, 6 months, 7 months, from the other Kickstarters through our programs, all the programs we have produced. He's always brought in this positive energy, this positive outlook. And that's one of the things that I appreciate. I see this as an activism group. In addition to the viewership and the journalism activities we have here, these are the people who truly are dedicated to make a difference, to bring about change, to inform, and together to have that positive energy to say, we are not helpless. Of course, we have the power to change things.
And the next comment is going to be from Dmitri A Gap. It's a lengthy comment. I'm not going to read it in its entirety, but I'm going to show it here on the screen for you and read the first half of it. By far the best and truly most honest media outlet, and has some of the most dedicated reporters I've seen. Sibel Edmonds, Spiro, and James Corbett, you guys give me hope, and I feel that in this case, people can actually believe what they are hearing and seeing. And he is from Western Massachusetts, and he is supporting our efforts here with our Operation Newsbud.
Well, thank you. That was a great comment. I do agree with you, especially on James Corbett. I have been following James Corbett since 2009. I have to say I have intellectual crush. I have had it on James Corbett for a long, long time. And if anyone were to come to me and say, if you were to point at one person and say, I would vouch for this person 100%, that he is independent or she is independent and principled, there is no agenda involved here, and those kinds of things, I have to say, I would say he's the only one out there. Corbett Report would be the only source that I could, with 100% certainty, point at and say, oh yeah, here it is, Corbett Report via James Corbett, because he's a man with no agenda. And I have to say, he operates under these principles that are just amazing. And he never compromises, sacrifices. He does not relent. He has been very consistent, and he's pure integrity. The only person I can outside point out and say, I vouch for this person 100%, I can only name James Corbett.
Well, couple things I'd like to mention here. Speaking of Corbett, I'm going to be recording with Corbett next week. I'm very much looking forward to that. And then earlier you were talking about Professor Philip Kovacevic and what an amazing academic model he is in and of himself. I'm currently editing a roundtable that we did with our own Eric Moshe, and another professor from Australia, Professor Joseph Pugliese. It's a fantastic episode. It's going to be coming out here very soon, within the next couple days. Very much excited. Looking forward to that. Be sure to follow and subscribe to YouTube to Newsbud on YouTube, on our Twitter channel, and most importantly, show your support for our Kickstarter campaign. Since we've started this recording here, Sibel, we've had another donation, and that's fantastic. Thank you all very much for your support, but I'm going to tell you right now that the time is now. Don't wait. Don't think that someone else is going to do it.
No, absolutely. That is absolutely true. It's not just going ahead and giving $50 or $100 or $10 or $1,000. It is actually taking action. That's what it is. It is, by doing that, we are making a statement. We are taking action. Basically, what we are saying we are sick and tired of not only the mainstream media, all the pseudo-alternative media that is filled with hate, divisive, I have to emphasize the word hate. What do you see? Whether they are the left, the blue pill, or the right pill, all they are spewing is dividing people from on the racial fronts, on the gender fronts, on the partisan fronts. It's a country and religious fronts. It's disgusting. It's filled with hatred and negativity. It is, all of them are prescribing to the same partisan red pill, blue pill mentality. So by coming and saying, I'm going to support a 100% independent, people-funded media that is not in the pocket of anyone, no corporations, etc., that is action. That is engaging in action. And I tell you what, though, Spiro, I mean, maybe some people will say, oh, she's such a hard ass, or maybe she's being too hard on some of the other people who may not know. But I think a lot of blame goes to we the people, okay, or the majority, the segment that has been letting this happen with their inaction. A lot of things we see today, we can stop, we can put an end to it, okay? We can. Think about it. In 3 days from now, people are going to go tippy-ta-ta to those booths, and they're going to cast their vote for one of the two evils, okay? What are they doing? They are perpetuating this evil system. Their tax dollar is perpetuating this evil system. Their cable subscription is really perpetuating this evil system. So they are actively taking action, and they are engaged in actions that sustain this evil system. We have to accept responsibility. Okay, we cannot always look and say, they are doing this, he or she is doing it. We need to be responsible. We need to take responsibility. So with that said, on the positive front, supporting, pledging, putting your support and backing with your dollars behind a 100% people-funded, independent, nonpartisan, open source media is action, okay? If for those of you who say, well, I don't have time to protest. I don't have time to go and do this. I don't have time to go and create my content. Well, we are putting our time. We can do it with your support. Thus, by throwing your support at this incredible 100% people-funded media, you are doing that. You are doing just that. So if you can go ahead and produce all the stuff and put the facts, put the truth, put the information out there, well, kudos to you, do that. But if you're not engaged in any of those actions, the least you can do is take out your wallet and contribute whatever you can, whether it's $20 or $200 for people who are doing it. For example, Spiro, I know you haven't had a single day off for the past 2.5, 3 weeks. Not one day off. It's been nonstop editing. It's been all the stuff that we have been doing behind the scene, including all the things that we are sorting through with all the documentations we have gathered. And it's the construction of the office, the studio that we are putting together. So you haven't had for 2.5 weeks one single day off. So I know you're not saying it, but I'm saying it for you here. And do you know why that is? It is not the money. You don't get overtime paid, okay? You have your own very limited salary. It's because you believe in the cause, because you're driven. This is activism. This is taking action. Well, all of you, every single one of you who are supporting us, whether by $50 or $500 or $200, you are taking action because you are making this possible. And I want to thank you, every single one of you, from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of all our team members, and on behalf of the truth.
Well, Sibel, thank you for joining me on this update. Stay tuned for more updates. We have a long way to go, 3 weeks to do it, to reach our goal. So act now, today. It's critical. This weekend, make it an action weekend. Share this information, share the message, and stay tuned for more updates.
Newsbud is an important alternative to media produced by the corporate propaganda matrix and the national security state. Every week we produce content that you won't find covered by establishment media outlets that claim to offer investigative journalism. Please consider joining us in making Newsbud the #1 most funded Kickstarter journalism project of all time.